Hello and happy Sunday. This is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and today is Sunday, September the 21st. This is not our celebratory 10-year chat. That was last week. So if you want to go back and see some great fun, you need to go back and watch last week's live chat. You can still watch it here on Facebook for another 89 days, because yeah, Facebook gets rid of them after 90 days. Or you can go to YouTube. That's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg, watch it there. Or you can, let's see, you can go to our group. I think you can still see it over there. Or you can go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Anyway, last week was super, super fun. We celebrated our 10th anniversary of If You Have an Egg. I can't believe it's already been 10 years. And I think I told you all last week, Alyssa asked me how much longer I was going to do this. And I said, I don't know, as long as they'll keep me, as long as they will still keep me. I don't really know, Alyssa, but then she went on to remind me that if we do this again in 10 years, that she will be 17, and then in another 10 years, she'll be 27, and I just had to cut her off right there. But anyway, hello and happy Sunday, everybody. To those of you who won a prize, congratulations again. Michelle has been working very hard coming up with some kind of interesting shaped boxes and packaging to put your prizes in. Apparently I wasn't really taking that into consideration when I chose the things that were going to be prizes. So yeah, so she spent like a day and a half going back and forth to the post office finding things. But let's see, several of y'all have popped in here, and I've not said hello to anyone yet, but hello Anne, hello Elaine, hello to Melissa, hello Trish from California, good to see you, hello Carol Lou, hello Carol Ann. Thank you all so much for being back to back to make that a little tongue twister. Hello to Katie, hello Mary from Pittsburgh, and hello John from home base. Hopefully I'm not going to start coughing tonight, so true to form, ragweed is blooming here in East Tennessee, and one of my customers gave me a little cold. Yeah, so my voice is all gravelly today, but hopefully we're going to do okay for the whole chat. And hello Sarah from Raleigh, Massachusetts. Good, Sarah is feeling much better. That is fantastic. And hello to Mary Ann. Quick note, and hello Ann. I know I said hello to you a second ago because I can see you when you're sneaking in, even if you don't say hello. I don't know if you all saw this or not, but Lynn is having some other issues during her recovery. It's a long story. Anyway, she's had some major little, health setbacks. But anyway, she's having some more issues. So if y'all would continue just to keep Lynn in your thoughts and prayers. And hello to Marlene. Hello, Peggy from Gloucester, Massachusetts. And yeah, Melissa, I saw you sneak in. So hello to you. If you're brand new, please let me know, because we would love to welcome you. So please give me a shout out if you're here on Facebook live with us. And hello, Karen from Michigan. Or if you're watching later on YouTube, again, that's just youtube.com. Search If You Have an Egg. So hopefully the voice is going to stay with us. Again, ragweed, it gets me every year. It's so funny because, I don't know, my personal trainer, Gary, was like, you've seen all the ragweed blooming, right? And he goes, that's part of your issue. I said, yeah, I know. It gets me every year. And one of my older customers, older by age, I mean not by how long they've been a customer, was so sweet to share a cold with me. Yeah, they're very sweet people, but they sound like this too. And let's see, oh, a newbie snuck in on me. Peggy. It is Peggy's first time, so everybody say hello and welcome to Peggy. Oh, and Sarah must know Peggy. So Sarah and Peggy, y'all just chit chat, and everybody else say hello to Peggy, and hello Sandra from Naperville. And good. Y'all are going to welcome her. So again, today is Sunday, September the 21st. This is chat number 432. This is our 432nd trip. I started to say trip around the sun. It's not. We've not been doing this for 432 years. And hello to Vicky. But it's our 432nd time doing this. Oh, and Peggy is a good friend of Sarah's. Oh, and she's a great Weight Watcher buddy. We all need an accountability buddy, so that is fantastic. And Marlene, again, like this happens every year. If you go back and watch the chat from almost exactly a year ago, and then almost a year ago from that, you're going to hear the same thing every single year, and I don't know why. I can't get ahead of it and do anything to stop it. But anyway, this is our 432nd chat, and it is called activity tracking, but this is not going to be our normal activity tracking. Hello, Sandra. Gwen showed us something hilarious with activity tracking that we're going to do here, because it was funny and it got a little spicy. And hello, Sandra from Demon's Ferry. And I think Melissa and Ann will agree, it got a little spicy, and I'm not going to get that spicy as it did in our Tuesday night meeting, but we were all cackling pretty hard. Okay, but you have to wait until in a few minutes before we do that part. So 432nd time of us doing this. If you haven't seen the other 431, you better get cracking, because that's 431 hours of videos that you're gonna have to go back and watch before next Sunday. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. If you watched a couple more, I think you would enjoy it. And hello, Anna. It is good to see you. So this week we are talking about activity tracking in a fun way, and y'all can thank Gwen for this, not me. I did not make this up. I did want to mention though that our weekly summer game is still going on, even though tomorrow is da, 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 and I should have kept all of the decorations out, but tomorrow is the first day of fall. But more importantly, it is Bo's 4th birthday. So you all see Alyssa a lot. Bo, not quite capable of standing still for a chat yet. She has done a flyby and tried a couple of the recipes. She will be trying the recipe that we're making tonight. She will be trying it not tomorrow. I think she's trying it on Tuesday. But anyway, she'll be trying that recipe, but she cannot quite sit still like Alyssa does for the chat. So she has not appeared in a chat yet, but it will be Bo's 4th birthday tomorrow. And if you all would like to wish her a happy birthday, I will be glad to show these to her, and her name is spelled B-E-A-U. Oh, and today is Carol Lou's Peanut's 6th birthday, so happy birthday, Peanut. Happy birthday to you. So yeah, so Bo's name is spelled B-E-A-U, and you're not gonna bother me if you spell it B-O. Everybody spells it B-O, but her name is spelled B-E-A-U. And hello, Marlene from Florida. I'm just telling you that the grammar police, which is AKA Alyssa, she'll say something about it. So Bo's name is B-E-A-U, and tomorrow, which is September the 22nd, which is also the first day of fall, so it's almost fall, y'all. And y'all been waiting for me to say y'all, so it's almost fall, y'all. But it will be her 4th birthday tomorrow. Okay, so we're getting ready to have to wind down these summer games, so we're gonna have to think of something else to play here for the next little bit, for some fall cozy sweater weather. Even though it was, I think John said the car read 93 today. So, you know, I think 2 weeks ago, I had on a light little flannel shirt, and Orlando Debbie was like, what's the flannel about? It's so hot here. We had like 3 days of cool weather, and I was wearing it out. But anyway, we're back to hot again. And then I think we're gonna be back to cool again, which is also not gonna help with the voice. But right now we are still working on, our menu planning focus, and that has been our summer game that provided by hostess Julie. And Deanna, if you hop over after the chat, if you hop over to the If You Have an Egg Facebook group, then, oh yeah, Carol, we'll talk about that again in a second too. But if you go over there after the chat, then you can see Deanna did another AI, or what is it, Chat GPT menu. It's crazy how accurate it is. I think there was only one or two items that she had to go back and correct, because it had pointed them in their items that are currently 0 points. It was kind of creepy, but it was also kind of cool. And Carol just reminded me, yes, in Facebook memories, it did pop up that it was today, like today and tomorrow, this weekend, I believe it was 3 years ago. So Bo would have just been turning 1, that she was in the NICU with RSV. Yeah, not a fun way to spend a birthday. So birthday number 4 should go much better for her. Okay, so that was about the weekly summer games. My public service egg announcement is gonna be super quick. I'm just gonna read you a couple of things. Please, 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 I'm begging you, let's not jump into a discussion about this. I just want to tell you, I just want to give you a brief glimpse of what's coming up, because we might have enough information to talk about it next week, but should for sure have enough information to talk intelligently about it in 2 weeks. Y'all know, if I don't have all of my ducks in a row, if I don't have all of my information, or it's a lot of my information lined up, I will not go into deep discussion about a topic. So just breathe. Everybody just take a breath. Okay, just wanted to let you know that Weight Watchers has started. They've started a new program, and it is called Weight Watchers for Menopause. And aloha, Kathy. Oh, Vicky still doesn't have the breakdown. And shh. I know, John just blew the secret on what we're doing tomorrow, but Bo should not still be up, and she shouldn't be watching Facebook Live, so hopefully she doesn't know. But Weight Watchers is starting a program called Weight Watchers for Menopause. I heard a rumor that Queen Latifah is going to be the spokesperson for that. Briefly, this is going to be a program that is for women who want a holistic approach to weight loss and symptom management. Those people will be able to participate in a program just called Weight Watchers for Menopause. To get started, it looks like it's going to be about $25 a month. That's an extra fee. Don't ask me any questions yet. I don't have a lot of information on this yet, but it's a two-tiered system. I do know that. The lowest tier, that's about $25 a month, or some people will get it for free with their insurance. Again, don't ask a lot of questions because I don't have a lot of answers just yet. It's going to have a curriculum. All of this will be curated by medical experts. So this is not just me and 3 of my friends deciding what people with menopause need to do. And again, you do not have to participate. This is totally non-participatory option. Okay, it's totally optional. I don't want to hear people get jacked up about this program if you're not going to use it. Okay, some people need it. I know a lot of people that need it. I know a lot of people that have suffered through menopause. Anyway, we're not going to delve into that, Kelly. Stop. We're not going to talk about that today. There will be menopause trained coaches. So there will be coaches who are specifically trained in how our bodies are reacting differently with menopause. There will be access to registered dietitians. There's going to be a whole lot of things. There is also going to be a Weight Watchers clinic. So remember, the first one is called Weight Watchers for Menopause. That's kind of the base level. And then there's a Weight Watchers clinic for menopause. That one's a little bit higher. That's for women who want some ongoing clinical care. So if you need some clinical care, and I imagine that that's going to be things like maybe GLP medication, possibly hormone replacement therapy. I know we will find out more about that on Tuesday, but it is going to be like some one-on-one interaction with with trained clinicians and some registered dietitians, and it'll just be more of a like an in-depth and focused thing. And I know some people who have participated in things like that locally. Hello, Mindy, good to see you. Who have participated in some things like that here on a local level, but outside of Weight Watchers, and they were paying more than what I'm seeing this to be. So we're not going to jump in the middle of that. We're not going to talk about it a lot. I should have a lot more information by next Sunday, or for sure by that following Sunday. I just wanted to let you know it's coming. You will probably start seeing emails. You will start seeing some chit chat about it. But you know me, we are not going to spend time on it until I have not all of my information. I don't think you ever have all of your information. And hello, Karen from East Tennessee. But until I have a lot more information that I have now. So we will be talking about this. Just wanted to let you know, because it's going to come up. You're going to hear about it. And I just wanted to start preparing you for it. Okay, this week though, we're talking about activity tracking. Sorry, I'm trying not to do that the whole time. Activity tracking, but because Gwen is such a fun person, because she is such a fun leader, she had us play a super fun game. And I was just thinking, did I bring my stuff over here to do this? But she had us play a super fun game. I don't think she thought it was going to turn into quite the game that it did. It got just a smidge out of hand. I'll try to keep it PG-13 for this group. But when we're talking about activity tracking, did you know that by monitoring your activities, you gain insights into where your time and effort are going? So like, where are you spending most of your time? Where are you putting most of your effort? And it enables you to make informed adjustments. So like, if you're putting a whole lot of time into aerobic activity, but you're seeing better results with, say, strength training or core or like yoga or Pilates or something like that, it can help you gain some insight on that. So it can help you make informed adjustments. It can eliminate inefficiencies. So if I'm going to use my classic example. Eliminating inefficiencies is going to be me on the elliptical. That was not efficient in any way, shape, or form. I hated it. I couldn't do it for very long. I wasn't getting any better. I was making myself do it. So you know what? Because I was recording my activity, and I was recording how it was going, and making some mental and some physical notes about it. When I found something that I like, which is rowing, so I found rowing, and it allowed me to measure how I was doing with elliptical, and it was like a 2-second decision to go, whoosh, whoosh, elliptical is out, rowing machine, you're in. Congratulations. You were next on the depth chart. You were up. You're on the starting line now. And it also helps you to make better progress towards your objectives. So y'all know too that I have a personal trainer now once a week. We have discovered that, oh wait, Deanna sings to Amazon Music on the treadmill, because you know what? She's analyzed it. She realized that helps her to stay on there longer and for it not to take up so much time, and probably makes her happy. Probably makes her super, super happy to sing while she's on the treadmill. But y'all know that I've hired this personal trainer for once a week. He's 68, I'm 58, and he always talks about people our age, and I'm like, dude, you're a decade older than me. So I know you're trying to say that I'm in that, older age bracket. I'm not the 30-year-old that you trained, yesterday, but still, I'm not 68 yet. So slow down. But he has discovered that I'm really, really good at weightlifting. So like actual weightlifting. So we have moved on to the bars, and I remembered somewhere in the back of my brain, I remember doing this in high school because I was in marching band and I played volleyball, and I remembered going to the weight room. So the front part of my memory was like, oh, you were going to the weight room so you could look at boys. Probably also. That was probably also true. But if you enjoy it, you're going to go do it more. But now, I really like it. I didn't think that I would, but I really, really like it. I like watching him add those weights, and I've got a chart. He's keeping a folder. So he's doing the tracking for me and tracking every week when he adds weight to those barbells. I don't know, I'm really liking it. So that's what we're going to talk about for activity tracking, and just monitoring it, kind of keeping up with it, paying attention. So things like me realizing elliptical, you are out. It wasn't helping me at all. Weightlifting, and especially that rowing machine, you are in. Like, I'm probably the only person in that gym that realized when the batteries died in the Concept 2 rowing machine, and I was straight downstairs and said, somebody got to go change the battery in that thing. I needed to use it this morning, and I'll be back on Thursday. So somebody's got to get that fixed. Some people think that only things like Zumba, and Melissa and Ann will both tell you that Zumba creates a lot of energy, or it uses a lot of energy. It creates a lot of sweat. Is definitely a high intensity cardiovascular workout. Some of you all jog, some of you all run, but some people think that only things like Zumba, jogging 5 miles, that only things like that count. So Gwen showed us on Tuesday that those are not the only physical activities that count, okay? So we are gonna play this little game. It's not really a game, but it turned into that Gwen showed us this last Tuesday night. We're gonna play this little game, and we're gonna see how this works out. So we're gonna find out how many unusual things we can gain points for. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to, and I should have done this before we started, but we're just going to pull up the Weight Watchers app. Hello, Barbara from Bonao, South Carolina. And since the microphone's right here, of course I'm going to cough because, so I'll try not to cough directly into the microphone. So we're going to pull up the app. So here is the Weight Watchers app. And we're going to go to, and I'll try to quit spinning you all around. We're going to go over here to activity. And under activity, you can track activities. Like if you don't have a fitness device, like I've got an Apple Watch, some of you have Fitbits, some of you don't have anything, but if you don't have a fitness device, or if you have it set up so that it's not tracking, and I think, Carol, do you still have that Ring? I saw a commercial for one of those this morning, and I never knew what you were talking about until I saw the commercial. But if you don't have a fitness device that is already tracking, or if you do something and you think, I'm not going to start a workout. So like when I do weight training, I don't call it weight training because I do weight training for 30 minutes and then I head over to the treadmill for another 30-35 minutes. So I call it functional training. Hold on a second, let me tell you what I call it on my watch. So I call it functional strength training, and I just lump it into that one category. But yeah, Aura Ring. So there are some things though that I just don't think to include as activity. So when we're on the activity part, you can see that my Apple Watch has been tracking walking, that it tracks all of those activities. And and Sarah's Apple Watch is payment plan budgeted. Mine is on a monthly plan also. So we're gonna go see if we can find some unusual things that we don't think of to track as tracking. Or we might find a new activity, you never know. So if you go to track activity, this search bar comes up. Can everybody see that? So there's a search bar that just came up, and we're gonna put in something unusual. So what is an activity? We're gonna keep it tame for the first couple of minutes. We're only gonna spend maybe 6 or 7 minutes on this, but what is an activity, a tame activity that you all think, oh, you know, oh no, I don't ever count that. I don't ever let that count, you know, towards my points. And just know that it will add points to your dailies. Tracking your fitness will, whatever it is, but you don't have to use them. So, but you just have to kind of mentally, you used to be able to take them off, like tell it not to track. Okay, gardening. So Phyllis says gardening. So we're gonna type in gardening. And look, I typed in GAR and gardening came up. So gardening, 15 minutes of gardening is you earn 1 point. I would earn 1 point. So I also failed to say at the beginning of this, the points value, oh, Deanna, we're gonna look that one up. The points value is based on all of the information that it knows about you. So for me, because of my age, because of my current weight, because of my other statistics, ooh, the kitty litter. Okay, hold on, so we're gonna have to look those up. So for me, 15 minutes would be 1 point. Okay, so hula hoop was one that got yelled out. Let's see, let's see if I can, hula hooping. Okay, if you were my age, my weight, and everything, it would be 1 point for 15 minutes. So you could earn 1 point of activity. Let's see, what else did we get? We got cleaning. Let's see, litter box. Let's see if that one, okay, litter box did not. Cleaning, that specific did not. Let's see if we can find some version of that. Okay, and for some reason, oops, here we go. Ooh, a leaf blower. Let's see. Leaf blower. Nope. Sorry, but we could call that yard work or lawn work maybe. Let's see if we can do lawn. And then we're going to show you the fun game that Gwen taught us. So lawn. Okay, so for lawn, we could do lawn bowling, mowing lawn, laundry, even though it's spelled differently. But for mowing lawn, again, if you were my age, my weight, it would be 1 point for 15 minutes. And Anne said vacuuming, so we're gonna do one more and then we'll show you the fun game. And we'll try not to get too spicy. So yeah, vacuuming totally. So again, for me, 15 minutes of vacuuming would be 1 point. Do you all see how that works? So this is the fun thing that Gwen taught us to do Tuesday. So I'm just gonna take, come on, let me have it back. This iPad does not like it if my fingers are not warm enough. Okay, so moping pull-ups. I don't know what that is. So we're gonna take the last person that answered and we're just gonna put in the first letter of their first name. So again, you don't have to type in something specific. If you just wanna see, oh, what are some different things that are here, or maybe something new that you didn't even know, was an activity. So Melissa was the last person to say something, so we're just gonna put in an M. So if we only put an M, our choices are mountain biking, low intensity, mopping floors, Les Mills, I don't know what that is, Les Mills strength training, mountain climbing, miniature golf. You can get activity points for miniature golf, moving furniture, martial arts, mowing lawn, Muay Thai boxing, don't know what that is, mountain biking again, marching, Krav Maga, mountain biking. Okay, so that's a lot of things. Then that was several things that I wouldn't have even thought of. So we're gonna pick somebody else. Let's pick Carol Lou. So C. Okay, so C, it could be bicep curls, exercise class, climbing stairs, chair aerobics, pole dancing. Ooh, hold on a second. Climbing stairs, chair aerobics, boot camp class, washing car, children's games, seated exercise class. So our friend Ann that sits at our table argues with me all the time about whether exercising while seated counts as exercise. It counts, it's in the app. Carrying groceries, cricket. So for all of us that are just, randomly in the afternoons playing cricket, that counts. Wrist curls, which Gary had me doing that Friday, so wrist curls count. Hammer curls, bar class, calf raise. So doing this to work on your calves, that counts. Okay, and then I'm gonna, because we only have a couple of minutes left, I'm gonna show you the one that got everybody wound up. So one of the ladies, I cannot think of her name. Melissa, what is her name? She sits at your table now. Her name starts with an S. And she just blurted out. So, hello, Lisa from Arkansas. So Lisa, just take this with a grain of salt. We're playing a game. So she's just blurting out, you would just have to meet this lady. She's just blurting out the answers. So like stairs, climbing stairs, shoulder shrugs, like doing this. If you can do that for 15 minutes, I would earn 1 point. Shoulder shrugs, snowmobiling, skiing, stability ball exercise, strength training. Well, this one stopped her in her tracks. Can y'all see that? So I'm not going to say it out loud, just in case there are any listening ears, anybody listening that doesn't need to hear this, but this one absolutely stopped her in her tracks. And she's a little bit older, and she was like, blah, blah, high intensity, 1 point. And we lost it. Gwen lost control of the room. She literally lost control of the room for about 5 minutes. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I am wrong. So that is a super fun thing, not necessarily picking the letter S, but it was pretty funny though. I mean, we had a great laugh out of it. And one of the other ladies in our group, she really just needed a good, oh, Sarah, you're just gonna have to go there and type in it. You couldn't read that backwards? Or maybe just use your imagination? Anyway, but one of the other ladies at our table, she's been having a really rough time, and she just needed a good laugh, and she was hee-hawing. She was absolutely hee-hawing. Anyway, but it counts. And you know what? You can switch it from high intensity to medium intensity to low intensity. And that's all I'm going to say. We're not going to go any further. Okay, that said, a great star goal, I know, Sarah, a great star goal for this week would be just to go into your Weight Watchers app, go to activity, go to tracking, and search something. So you can search for an activity and just type in the first letter of your first name or the first letter of your best friend's name, or like Sarah could type in the first letter of Peggy's name and just see what she gets and just see what some of the interesting things are. Because again, I wouldn't have thought of something like mopping. I wouldn't have thought of, or like Gwen found, what was it? Horse grooming. I know, Carol Lou, how much intensity could it be? But anyway, whew, okay, so before I get embarrassed, we'll just remember, I'm just a little Southern belle here. Anyway, but Gwen found horse grooming. So if you happen to have a horse and you've been grooming it, if you weigh the same and are the same age as Gwen, you could earn 1 point for 15 minutes grooming your horse. Anyway, it was just really interesting. It was worth a look because there were some things that I had no idea. I had no idea that they actually counted as activity. Okay, so I think that would be a great star goal for somebody because it would be something specific. So just saying, hey, once this week, I'm gonna get into my Weight Watchers app, I'm gonna go to activity, I'm gonna search for an activity, and I'm gonna put in the first letter of my first name, and I'm just gonna scroll through and see. That would be very specific. It would be truly doable because surely you could do that once this week. It would be actionable. You would be doing something instead of not doing something, and it would be relevant to your journey. Yeah, and Yoli, thank you. I am from the South though. They don't call us the Bible Belt for nothing. But anyway, it was a hilarious time at the table on Tuesday, and whew, I digress. It's getting a little hot in here talking about it. So, it is 8:30, and we do have a recipe to make that I've already partially made for the second half. Because Carol Lou's gonna look up blow drying her hair to see how many points she can get that. So everybody, stop for just a second. I really need to because of the silly cold that this customer gave me, and because of the silly ragweed, which is really pretty. It's a really pretty yellow in case you've never seen it. But it wreaks havoc on your sinuses. So everybody get a drink of something. I have watered myself down today. The last couple of days, I have consumed more water than any human should consume, and I'm about to float away, but I can't keep my throat hydrated. So I switched to 0 sugar vitamin water, and I loved it. Now more delish. What? Who in marketing thought a pink sticker on the front that says now more delish? I mean, I like it anyway. Okay, so everybody, oh no. So Vicki looked up eating, and you do not earn any activity points for eating. I don't know, maybe you need to increase the time level on there. But we were at our 30-minute mark. If you are brand new, which we did have one brand new person, this is where the apron goes on and we do something fun, or I thought we weren't already having fun, but we either do something fun or we make a recipe. Tonight, we are gonna be partially finishing a recipe that Lily had me working on for one of our TikTok game day videos. And I just realized I left part of the stuff that I need to show you in the refrigerator and the freezer, but we will go and get it when it's time. So other people will be trying this, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my hair out of the way. So I started this. This is the second half of tonight's chat, by the way. This is, before I just get too carried away, this is chat number 432, and today is September the 21st, 2025. It is the day before Bo's 4th birthday. Super exciting. And we are doing another game day. We did another game day, started another game day recipe yesterday here at work at KC Kitchen Center, but fortunately we were busy enough, we didn't get to finish it. So Lily asked me to finish it tonight with you all, and then let her turn that into our TikTok for next week. So if you need the entire recipe, I'm gonna be going over it really quickly. If you need the entire recipe, it will be posted on TikTok next Saturday, and that TikTok address is just @ if you have an egg, because if you have an egg was taken. You'll find it. You'll find it. Trust me, you'll find it. But this is going to be for one of our favorites. So we're doing football recipes every Saturday. We've already made 2. This will be our 3rd one. UT did win this Saturday. We did not last Saturday, so we're not going to talk about it. But this one is Instant Pot white chicken chili. You can make this in your slow cooker. I've made it many, many times in the slow cooker. We only had an Instant Pot here at work, here at KC Kitchen Center, so that's how I made it. Quickly, I'm going to tell you what went into this. So this was and I've already made it, like it's already done, and we're just going to be finishing it here. But it was 2 cups of low sodium chicken broth, and I use chicken bone broth, unsalted chicken bone broth. Doesn't matter what brand you use. They happen to have, the grocery store I was at happened to have Pacific Foods organic bone broth, unsalted chicken bone broth. And I've been trying to kind of stick to bone broth instead of just regular broth and unsalted, because it just doesn't need to be any saltier. But the bone broth has 9 grams per cup. And we added 2 cups to this entire recipe. So that does not mean that one serving has 9 grams of protein. It might, I'll have to look it up. But using bone broth instead of just chicken broth gets you, 18, let's see, what would that be? 18 more grams of protein get added to that recipe. We did 2 cans. The recipe only calls for 1 can of some kind of white beans. You can use navy beans or you can use cannellini beans. I did 2 cans, and I'll show you why here in a few minutes. But these are, one of the girls here at work said, what's a cannellini bean? And I said, it's just a cannellini bean. I did not realize they are white kidney beans. So cannellini, I can't say it 3 times. They're white kidney beans. Didn't know that until Michelle asked. So 2 cans of those, and drained and rinsed. 1 can of any kind of corn, no sugar added, and a can of, you don't want something with tomato in it. No tomato based on this, because you want it to be white. It's white chicken chili. So I use La Preferida, and let's see, who do we have? We have somebody here who is not here tonight that could correct me. who is it? Anyway, if I'm not saying that correctly, but it's green chilies. So it's just a can of green chilies. You do not, so the corn, you want to drain. The beans you want to drain and rinse. The green chilies, don't drain. You want all of this to go in there. And then you also add some organic chili powder, chicken. You can do chicken breasts. I did chicken, boneless, skinless chicken thighs just because we can now, and I love them. And onions. Okay, so this is how it looks so far, and you all are going to help me prep it to take it to the finish line. So the next thing, after you cook it, I cooked mine again in an Instant Pot. You can do yours in a slow cooker. And of course, you can double this recipe and still get it. Can y'all see that? I'll get it out here in a second. You can double this recipe and still get it in your, if you've got a 5-quart Instant Pot, it's almost too much. So don't go crazy. Don't go crazy on the liquids. Like don't add more liquids than what it says to add, because you don't want to overfill your Instant Pot. But it's cooked, so we did it in the Instant Pot. I don't know who we is. There's nobody else here today. I cooked it in the Instant Pot on 10 minutes on high pressure, and you put everything in the Instant Pot first, everything but the chicken. You put all of that in the Instant Pot first, stir it up really good, and then you put the chicken in. And that is so that in your slow cooker, you can put the chicken in first. You can even brown the onions if you want to a little bit. But in the Instant Pot, you're gonna wanna do all of the other ingredients first and do the chicken okay, the chicken is so cooked, it's just falling apart in here. But you wanna do the chicken last so that your Instant Pot doesn't give you a burn warning. Sometimes when you have something more solid like that on the bottom, your Instant Pot will give you a burn warning. And all I'm getting ready to do here real quick, oh, this smells so good. I really wish, I cannot wait until someone truly invents smell-o-vision. Oh, I love white chicken chili and it smells so good. And I don't know, I cannot tell because of the way this holds the camera, but I cannot tell if y'all can see what I'm doing, but I'm just taking 2 forks and I am shredding the chicken. So if you can see me, great. Here, let me scoot it back a little bit. Maybe you can see that. If you can see me, great. If you can't see me, just trust me that I am using 2 forks. Using 2 forks and shredding the chicken because you want to get that nice and shredded for your soup. And then that's all going to go back into your Instant Pot or your slow cooker. And again, you do not have to pre-cook the chicken. If you want to use canned chicken, you can. If you want to do this in your crock pot, if you don't cook the chicken first, like if you do like I did and use raw chicken, you're going to want to let it cook for 8 hours on low, or you could probably do 4 to 6 on high, but I don't think I would do it on high unless you were just really, really pressed for time. I've not had a lot of great success with high in the slow cooker. If I need to do it that fast, I just use the Instant Pot. Okay, so let's get this. Probably could have used a bigger bowl for this shredding part, but you all get the gist of it. Okay, so chicken is shredded. So here is our shredded chicken. That is gonna go back into, and it is not all shredded, so let me just shred the rest of this as I'm putting it in. But again, it is cooked so tender. Y'all can see what I'm doing. This is cooked so tender that the chicken is literally just falling apart. And even if you didn't put the chicken back in here, it has soaked up all of these yummy juices. Oh my goodness. Oh, it smells so good. Boy. Okay. So let's get our chicken back in there. And then because my friend who cleans for us is not coming tomorrow, I cannot. Oh yeah, perfect. Melissa says you can use rotisserie chicken too. Exactly right. Yeah, a lot of the grocery stores sell already shredded rotisserie chicken, or you can get a rotisserie chicken. Or I think, Melissa, did somebody, it might even have been you, did somebody say that Sam's does that, has already pulled rotisserie chicken? Okay, the next thing we're gonna do though, so this soup, hello Joycelyn. So this soup is a nice consistency anyway. Let me get it stirred up here and see if y'all can see it. So it is a nice consistency anyway, but white chicken chili soup is something that a lot of people want to be, I'm gonna call it creamier or thicker or something like that. Yeah, and it really could. And if Julie was here, we could suggest that to her, but she is not here as of yet. Because they eat separate. She's in California, so it's like 5:40 there. So they're probably eating dinner right now, but we will definitely mention that to her. But white chicken chili is something that a lot of people like to be a little bit creamier than what it is right now. To make it creamier, you can add either, oh my gosh, there's so many ideas. You can do cream cheese. You could do like fat-free cream cheese. Put in there. And Vicki, I'm not sure who can think of another seasoning besides chili powder that you could put in here, because I've only ever used chili powder in this. So if somebody else can think of one, or I'll try to think of one tonight and come up with it. But you can do like a cornstarch and water mix to help thicken this up. You can do cream cheese if you want to do just light cream cheese. It does add quite a few. As it stands, it's 0 points. But you can do some light cream cheese, or you could make some of my fat-free cream cheese, and that recipe is already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. You could put that in there to cream it up. But tonight, we're gonna scoop out about half of the beans. So I saved some of the beans. Let me try to get a few more out of here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of the beans and we're gonna use an immersion blender. Just a few more of these. We're gonna use an immersion blender and take these beans that I've reserved. Is chili. Oh, I'm sorry, Vicki. Yeah, that's the only, we can use a little salt if you want to. Y'all know I don't like to over salt things. But yeah, I mean, you might want to use a little bit of salt, but chili powder is that's the only seasoning I put in mine. Okay, so it's gonna get loud for a second. Oh yeah, taco seasoning would be good. Yoli just said that, or chicken broth with taco seasoning sounds good. Ranch packet, that sounds really good. So I'm gonna use an immersion blender, and let's hope I don't make a mess since I'm trying to reuse the same bowl. Says you can buy a white chicken chili powder mix. Okay. For the sake of time, that's as much immersion blending as I'm going to do. But basically, what I was just doing is making my own thickener out of some of the beans. So this is like a reserved amount of the beans, and we're gonna put that back into the soup. And it's just to thicken it up. So it's just to make it into a thicker soup, because again, a lot of people like this just as a creamier soup. But let me grab this out of the refrigerator and show y'all a couple of things that I love to add to white chicken chili, and then we're gonna taste it, but we're gonna taste it without these add-ins. And yes, Christine, the immersion blender is fantastic. This one was actually my mom's. It does not have a name like her car does. Her car is named Daisy. She didn't name her immersion blender. Oh well. But let me grab a couple of the things that I like to put in white chicken chili, and I so love that we have changed to this microphone, because I can walk you all around, and you can still stay with me while I'm over here digging in the refrigerator and in the freezer. Now, when we finish this video on TikTok, all of these add-ins are going to be on there after everybody tries it, so you'll get to see it with those too. But first thing I love to put with white chicken chili, I did not buy any because I was afraid I would eat them, and I don't need them until everyone is trying this, is chips. So tortilla chips, absolutely fantastic. Let me put some in a bowl so that we're actually looking at it instead of me just talking about it. But tortilla chips, amazing. They're amazing with white chicken chili. And again, I'm not gonna put any of the toppings, any of the extra toppings on here yet, because I need everybody to try it. Oh, Yoli, that's so sweet. I need everybody who's going to try this, I need them to try it first before I start putting a lot of the topics. Why do you think my microphone is off? Oh, hold on. Melissa thinks my microphone is off. Let me see if I accidentally turned it off. Nope, it's on. It's on. Was it not picking up when I walked off? I'm gonna try not to flip you all around. Okay, so hopefully it's actually on. These things need to be like charged like 12 times a day. Yeah, so I'm enjoying it, but the amount of time, like I actually have, you know, the stand that keeps flipping around, I actually have it plugged in right now because I got tired of it trying to flip itself around. Anyway, I love them, but I also hate them. Okay, so anyway, so we're just gonna try this plain with none of these additives I'm getting ready to tell you about, because the people who are gonna be taste testing this week, this week, I need them to have it without the additives. So one of my very favorite things to have with the white chicken chili is tortilla chips. So this soup, a cup of the white chicken chili, the way we just made it, is 0 points. Chips, yeah, Melissa, it must be part of this is the battery's probably dead on part of this, but the chips, great, fantastic. Tortilla chips are awesome. Yeah, and it should have been just as loud, and that really kind of perturbs me, Sarah. Hold on, let me see. And it is a new apron, Mary. When I was looking for your all's gifts, let me see if I can do this. When I was looking for the giveaway gifts, yeah, and I put corn in there, but Melissa, but when I was looking for the giveaway gifts, I saw this apron and I was like, oh yeah, I kind of like this one too. It's really, I don't know, it's really sturdy or steady or something, sturdy. So anyway, tortilla chips are always a good thing. Cornbread, always a good idea. And since this is 0 points, you could put a big hunk of cornbread in here and still just make it 6 points. Believe it or not, I like Parmesan cheese sometimes in my white chicken chili. I don't know. Apparently I go through a lot of Parmesan cheese. I did not realize it. Ooh, hominy. Carol likes to add hominy. I'm gonna have to try that because it has been, I don't even know when. I have no idea when the last time was that I had hominy, so I'm gonna have to try that. But apparently I go through a lot of Parmesan cheese. I didn't realize how much until I started looking at how often I buy it. But anyway, that non-fat plain Greek yogurt, talk about extra creamy. This is perfect in there. You can make the non-fat plain Greek yogurt fat-free cream cheese, that recipe that I was talking about. You can use that, and it'll make it like maximum creaminess. So reserving some of the beans and then using the immersion blender makes it creamy. Then if you add, if you want to, if you add the non-fat plain Greek yogurt, a little bit more creamy. But then if you make the fat-free cream cheese, maximum creaminess, I'm somewhere in the middle for this. So taco soup, I don't know. I start bumping up the creaminess as I'm eating it, as I'm reheating it and eating it. But on white chicken chili, I'm at about medium creaminess on that one. Again, 0 points, so I do get some real cheese, actual real cheese, sprinkle a little bit of that on there, or sometimes I will do a little bit of cheese and I'll do a little bit of bacon. It's shocking how, whoop, did not mean to do that, sorry. It is shocking how good bacon tastes with the white chicken chili. I don't know, it just gives it a little oomph, you know, oomph. Yes, and there's a ton of fiber in there, Melissa. And I'm trying to think, oh, and then this was the piece de resistance. This one absolutely cannot add until you're ready to eat it. This one is not great reheated, so only use it when you're ready to eat it. I am not great at selecting these and slicing these, so instead I keep frozen diced avocado in our freezer. You keep frozen foods in your freezer here at Casey Kitchen Center. And green onions would be really good, Vicki. But yeah, you could make it loaded. That's exactly right, Christy. But the cubed avocado, frozen avocado, is perfection because you just sprinkle out just as many as you need. This is not great reheated though, so I'm not gonna recommend that you go ahead and dump this in there. I would only add the avocado as you're eating it, as you're serving it. Again, the avocado reconstituted, not so good, but fresh, dropped in there, sprinkled in there when you're ready to eat it, perfection. Okay, and I don't want this to get unfrozen. I don't want my frozens to unfreeze. That's a total joke for Casey, and she'll know where it came from. I'll be right back. Let me put this back up and see this time if my voice stays steady, because I put that part of the microphone back up just to see if that would work. Okay, so all of those things said, let's try a bite. So this is unadulterated. It's just white chicken chili. Does not have any of the things that I talked about. It does not have any of those added. It only has the bit of white beans, the cannellini, which is actually just white kidney beans, and I even got low sodium or reduced sodium in those too. That's the only thing that's extra, and it's not even extra. But I just did the cannellini beans, reserved some of them, smushed them up really good with the immersion blender just to make it a little step creamier. I did not do the cornstarch. I did not do the Greek yogurt. I did not do the other, because again, we just need this to be unadulterated. Okay, so the bottom part of the microphone is not working then. That's sad. Not that it's not working, but it's not charged. Okay, so let's try this without the extra stuff. Aww. As always, white chicken chili, top of the top. Top of the tops on soups for me. Oh, red pepper flakes would be good. Oh, such good ideas. So white chicken chili, add a little, add a lot, don't add anything, even with nothing else added. Always tops on flavor. It's not overpowering. I only added, so this recipe actually calls for 3 teaspoons of the chili powder, but because I need a lot of different taste buds to try this, I only put 2 in there, but you can totally add the 3. Trust me, I'll be adding a little bit more spice to it when it's my turn to eat it. Oh, diced jalapenos, excellent addition to this. So, lots of variations. This can be frozen. It lasts for several days in the refrigerator. Like, you could probably, if you put it in individual containers, maybe keep it 3 to 4 days in the refrigerator. If not, you want to go ahead and let it cool completely down before you put it. I would prefer to put it in individual containers before you froze it, but you want to let it completely freeze. And yes, Carol Lou said hashtag bulk it up. She would add some veggies, and that sounds like a perfect idea. But if you're gonna freeze it, let it completely cool down, and then go ahead and get that in some kind of a freezer safe containment system. And then it should last a couple of months. That is if you don't go ahead and eat it. So this is only, so my Instant Pot is only half full. I promise you, after I let everybody try this, this is not even gonna make it long enough to go into the freezer, because we will eat every bit of it. But white chicken chili, always a favorite. The way we just made it tonight, it is 0 points. The only points would be additives if you added something in like the bacon or the avocado that has some points to it. Otherwise, knock it out, wear yourself out. So good, so delicious. Melissa's exactly right. It is even better the next day. You can add some more spice to it. You can add some zing to it. Fantastic, easy to make. Seriously, took no effort. You saw how easy that chicken shredded, and you can use already cooked chicken. Super, super easy. There's no reason not to make this. So, and super cubes are fantastic. I also have a whole bunch of those, Christy. So you all have a great week. I hope you enjoyed this chat and that you will try this recipe. Again, we will be posting a full video of this recipe on TikTok. On TikTok, and then Casey will get it posted on If You Have an Egg. I don't think I've ever posted, I don't know why, but I don't think I've ever posted the white chicken chili over on If You Have an Egg. But yeah, it's so easy. It's so easy. You don't even really need a printed recipe. But I hope you enjoyed this, and if you are watching this on YouTube, that's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. Go ahead and I know, Phyllis, can you see I'm sweating? It was so hot today, and I was making soup, but we're just pretending like it's cold outside. We're pretending like it's cool outside, okay? But anyway, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and let that next video roll over. I promise you'll enjoy it because it's the 10th anniversary celebration. go ahead and click that subscribe button and click the little bell so that you will know when the next video comes up. And for the rest of y'all, have a great week. Thank you again. I enjoyed it. And thank you for letting me make yummy food that we can eat all week. Y'all have a great week. See you next time.